Hello, my posse. Hello, all my new subscribers. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for coming and visiting me today. Help yourself to some coffee and tea on the table. Sit around and we're going to talk about 2020. I was not going to do this video today. I had something already up, ready to go. But, I came across this video who actually, Susan, the little poet, wrote it couple of years back, I guess, and she does it every New Year's. So my gal Monika from Monika's Beauty and Lifestyles and my life Wendy did the tag, and I thought, wow, it's a really great tag, and it really brought me back into focus from 2020, and I thought, I gotta do this tag. So I will link their channels below and their tag for you to watch of true confessions and what we felt and what I felt about 2020. So there's 9 questions. I'm going to be looking down because I haven't written down because I didn't gain the memory part in 2021. It still stayed back there. It's stuck back there. So I've got a cheat sheet. But anyway, there are 9 questions, and it is a New Year tag. And like I say, Susan from Little Poet, and I'm sure you know who Susan is. She's just a terrific, she's like watching a production of a documentary or something. If you've ever watched Susan, it's like sitting down in front of Netflix watching a documentary of her life. She's just incredible. But anyway, so thank you, Susan, for hopefully allowing me to do this tag. So it's 9 questions, and the first question is, rate 2020 on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah. And I didn't really take time. I copied these, but I didn't really take time to study them because I wanted to do this spontaneous. So how would I rate 2020? I would probably, for all of us that have gone through it, we probably all would probably just rate the year itself. Excuse me. We would probably rate the year itself about a 1. Because the year itself and went with it was a disaster, a horrible disaster of losing so many people. And of course, we're talking about the pandemic because that's what made 2020 the worst. For me, I think I would rate it actually about, coming out of it now, I would rate it about a 6. Hold on, my camera's a little off. Sorry, my camera was a little wonky, I think. But I think I would rate it about a 6. And I say that because I came out of 2020 alive, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful of 2020 for actually being more in touch with my children, my 2 sons out of state, for one. You lose touch with them when they're gone. Not so much my Tennessee son. We do keep in touch more. But I think our conversations have just been much more regular. My son in Arizona, we have talked to him more. I think the whole pandemic, the relationships that you have with your faraway children have become better. For that, I am grateful for. And so yeah, I that's what I would rate 2020. It was horrible, but we gained a lot of strength in 2020 and rekindled a lot of relationships that maybe we would not have otherwise done because we're so wrapped up in other things. Yeah. So that was my first one. The second question was my favorite memory of 2020. I have a lot of good memories of 2020. Like I say, the relationships with my children, my grandchildren, who mean the absolute world to me. When I was sick, they were right there, making us pictures and making us both feel so incredible. They are a memory that is not only 2020, but goes back to from the years they were born. So that's a great memory. But my best memory is the memory that I'm going to drop right here for you to watch. And this is when I brought my husband home alive from COVID. So let me just splice a little bit of that in for you. Here he comes. Here he comes. Hello.
Let me get you close.
Hi, babe.
Hi. That's what the outside world looks like.
Yeah. Here
Congratulations.
he comes. Home again, home again. Thank you.
Here, let me grab that. Careful.
Oh. Finally.
You in the front or in the back seat? You want this in the back seat or in the front one?
Back seat, please.
All right, you guys take care.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You too.
You stay healthy.
Okay.
Don't come
Yeah.
back, okay?
Oh, no hugs, no hugs. Hello. So yeah, that video still makes me cry because you can tell by my voice in the video, I was bawling in the car because they released him from the hospital 17 days, 9 of those days on a ventilator. They released him to the hospital, from the hospital. They didn't even tell me what I should watch out for. They didn't bring him home with any oxygen. Not that they didn't take good care of him, because they are the reason that he survived. It was a great hospital, great staff. But I didn't know what to do when I got him home. I mean, I was grateful for him bringing him home, but I had no idea. So I was like bawling in the car. And when I was bawling and he was coming out, I got a call from the Angels nurses who were on the phone with me telling me that don't worry about it. They're going to be at my house the next day and tell me everything that I need to do to keep him safe and keep him healthy. And that was a memory that I'll never forget. So bringing him home alive with all the underlying conditions. And when you think about it, April was brand new. COVID was brand new. They didn't even know how to treat it. And to think that he came out of that door alive, that's my greatest memory. My greatest memory. So 3, did you change as a person in 2020 and how? Well, you know, I think all of us have changed in 2020. Not just me. I know this is about me though. It's not about you, it's about me. But I think we've all changed in 2020. If somebody would have told us in 2019 that we were going to be forced to wear masks, we were going to be forced not to go out to dinner to our favorite places, we were going to be forced not to have our children in school, we were going to be forced not to have doctor's appointments, that we were going to do them, virtually, we would have said, we ain't going to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You just don't even fathom changing that much that you would have to do. And I think for me, changing as a person, I have learned that you can do without things. You can do without many things that you thought you couldn't. You could not go to the grocery store if you don't want to. You can order online. You can have a doctor's visit by a telemedicine visit and be perfectly fine. You can wear a mask and still survive and breathe. You can teach your kids at home virtually. It's not the best, but you can do it. And I think I've changed by being more acceptive of change. I think we go through life thinking, this is the way I am. I'm not going to change. This is it. And I think it's forced us all, including myself, to change. And I think the change is for a good thing. We're much more aware of our surroundings. We're much more aware of who's there. We're much more aware of germs, which we should have always been. We're much more aware of our family bonding time. For that, I think, is how I've changed. I've become just probably a better, well, not better, I'm still great, but no, I think I've become just a person as far as accepting change goes. 4, favorite video you did in 2020 and why? Boy, ooh, my head is going through all my videos. I think for me, my favorite video was one that I did, and I'm going to try not to tear up here, on asking everybody for prayers and to ask you to view it and to tell you that God is good. And I think that was 3 or 4 videos ago. And the reason that I feel that was my best video, not just accolades to me like that was my best video, is because I think it's important to reach out and realize that other people, it isn't about poor me and poor you staying home. And, you know, COVID is taken over, I know. But there are people out there who are suffering from other things, cancer, diabetes, you know, many other diagnoses that they have received this year, last year, the year before even, that are just as important. They're just as afraid. And I think that video I put up for everybody that watches it, and I put 10 o'clock in the morning because I just think it was a powerful time for us when we were going through COVID. One of my subscribers started a video at 10 a.m. in the morning, and it was just powerful. And I put 10 a.m., but you can pray anytime. And all the people that were on that video, every morning I open that video, and everybody that asks for prayers for a certain person, I pray in my 10 a.m. prayer. Me and my husband do. My granddaughter, my grandkids, when they're here, they do. Some of my friends are doing it at 10 a.m. And I think it's a video that shows that you have to be unselfish and that there are people that need you. And I think that video was probably my favorite because it was giving back to the people who really need help and prayers for, maybe they lost a loved one and they're having a difficult time. Maybe they have a diagnosis that they're afraid of. Maybe they have problems in their families, in their business. Whatever the problem is, that video allows us to just sit back, listen to it, and pray for those. That was my favorite video. Number 5, 1 or 2 products that blew you away. Ooh, yeah, in 2020. I've had a lot of products that I really enjoyed. That blew me away. You know, products are products. People blew me away because of their niceness and their kindness and their love and their attention to us. That was like a blown away year for us. But a product, I got to tell you this. This is a product, and there's many, and I'm not going to get into it, but this product here, right here, blew me away. And this little gadget was the one that I did a review on. It's from the Dollar Tree, guys. It's $1. And it's a little face massager. And it blew me away because it has tightened my skin. Now, you know, for all those new subscribers who are just coming over, maybe from the other channels or whatever, to just, you know, check in on me. I am 77. I'll be 78 next month. Yeah. Time's marching on, but I'm having fun. But this little sucker is just, I'm big on massaging my face. And I've told you this before in all my years, and it's over 60 years that I have been massaging my face with my fingers. Let me shut this off for a minute. With my fingers. That's been my biggest accomplishment to my skin, is my massaging. I don't have fillers. I haven't had a facelift. I haven't had lasers. I haven't done anything. I've had Botox, you know, a few years back now, quite a few years back. And but massaging is my key. And I mean massaging my whole body. Now, I don't really do my whole body with this little gadget, but this for $1 blows my mind. I'll sit there with my cream on my face and I'll sit, and I've got my husband doing it. I bought like 4 of them, so he's got his own, and I make him sit there and do it because when he came out of the hospital, you probably couldn't see it on the video, that poor guy lost 25 pounds, and he was like skin and bones, and his skin was so saggy, so we've been perking it up. So I think this little gadget has tightened my, it blows me away for $1. I mean, you know, you pay a lot of money for little gadgets for your face, but this kind of blew me away. $1, Dollar Tree. Hurry up, run before I buy them all up. What creator on YouTube inspired you the most in 2020? I can't really answer that because all of us creators do the best that we can, and everybody tries so hard to grab your attention, to make a video that we all enjoy doing for us, that we have to do videos that we feel in our heart, that we're honest, and that we give to you the best that we can. And I don't think any creator that I subscribe to is one that doesn't care, that hasn't inspired me in some way. I mean, I've watched a lot of wig reviews. There's my favorite cooking channels, channels. I think there's some makeup gurus on here. There's people who do motivation. You know, it depends on your mood and what you need and what you're looking for. And all of the creators have inspired me. I think my very first one that I ever subscribed to on YouTube was Bella from Beauty on a Budget. And I laugh and I tell her that all the time because I didn't even know anything about YouTube. I mean, we watched YouTube to, you know, change the oil or how to fix a flat, or my husband would say, look on there and check this garbage disposal out and see what they say about installing this garbage disposal. I mean, that's basically what we used YouTube for until my grandkids came along and said, Nana, you got to watch YouTube. So I think Bella was my first one that I subscribed to, and I remember watching her. She was sitting on a bed, I think back in probably 3 years ago now, maybe 4, I don't know. And I couldn't understand her. And I thought, I showed my husband, I said, come here and listen to this girl. And he came over and she's like, no, you know, with her, I don't even know how to do British accent or English. I was like listening to her like this, like a deer in headlights, like trying to pick up on her accent. And every once in a while, I still watch her, and I still go, wait, I got to back it up. What'd she say? What was that word again? But I think she was my first inspiration. I thought, wow, yeah, she's in England, and we can hardly understand her, and yet she's so wonderful. So, but she was my first actually one that I subscribed to. But I think I have no real ones that'll grab me. I think all of us are on here to do a job to make you happy, to make you tune in from beginning to end, to try to do things that help you and yet make us happy doing it. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot that I love personalities, that's for sure. Moni, I love your personality, you know that. Anyway, so what is the funniest, meanest, strangest comment you got under a video? You know, you girls are really gentle with me. You're very, very gentle with me. I don't know. I think a couple of years ago, I don't think it was last year, I think it was 2019, I had this lady come on and said, oh, come on, you can't tell me that you haven't had laser, you haven't had a facelift, you haven't had fillers, you haven't had your chin done, you can't tell me that you're 76 and you haven't had anything done. Come on, what have you had done? And I thought, okay. And it was funny because she came just as I had commented on somebody else's video the day before about something, and she came from that channel, which was crazy. So I answered her, no, I've never had laser. No, I had collagen fillers when I had Bell's palsy to try to pick up this side of my face. I said that, which was in 1990, I don't know, 3, somewhere around there, 4. 90, I don't know. I don't remember when I had that Bell's palsy, when my whole face was paralyzed and this side of my face dropped and they were trying to inject me. Then it was new with collagen to pick my face up. But no, I mean, she wouldn't take no for an answer. And then right after that, she disappeared and I've never seen her since. So I guess that was probably one. I mean, she had a right to ask. Everybody has a right to ask anything, but yeah, that was one. What is your proudest accomplishment of 2020? What is my proudest accomplishment in 2020? I'll probably say this and then I'll go when I look at it. Why didn't you say that? Why did you say that? But I think my accomplishment in 2020 was to be Nurse Babs and to take care of my husband while other people were taking care of me. My daughter is, I don't know if you'd call her an accomplishment or just, she's my accomplishment when I had her. She took such good care of me when I had COVID, while she had COVID, cracking. She was sick with COVID, but every day she was in my driveway bringing me something, bringing me my grandkids to perk me up because she knew how sick I was, and here she was sick. She was my life support during that time that I had COVID in April. But my accomplishment was being Nurse Babs and nursing my husband of 46 years. Hold on. Nursing my husband back to health, and I can say now he is doing absolutely fantastic. And he says to me every day, Nurse Babs, I couldn't have done it without you. So I think that's a great accomplishment for me. So in 9, what is the one word you would use to describe yourself in 2021? Gosh, Monika had breathe. I think Susan had breathe, just breathe. I can't remember what Wendy's was now. I think Wendy's was release, to let go of things. Those are very good. Those are very good words to bring into 2021 because we have to take a deep breath. We have to breathe. We have to move on. We have to release the fear. We have to release the anxiety. We have to release the, whether you had, lack of a better terminology, hatred for anything or anybody in 2020, you have to release that and move on to 2021. I think for me, the word that I would describe myself going into 2021 is a word that I use for myself a lot, and that's positivity. I think I have learned, I've always been positive, but I've learned to really, really be positive and really grab hold of my everydays. They said yesterday is gone, tomorrow is unknown, but today is the present. And I look at it as a present from God. And my everydays are very, very positive. I stay focused on today. I try my best not to think about my tomorrows because they're unknown. And yesterdays are gone. And so I concentrate on the present that God gave me, and that is today. And I'm bringing positivity into 2021. And I don't care what the TV says and what the media says that, you should be fearful. I'm not going to be fearful. I'm going to stay positive. So that is my tag, girls. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly had fun doing that. I just felt that it was just so me. And my red cardinal is back. Every time I sit here and do a video, that cardinal just sits on a branch and stares at me. It's somebody. So that's it for me. And if you want to do this tag, please, by all means, if you're a creator and you want to pick up this tab, by all means, do it, and would love to hear what you have to say. I'll link the channels below who I have watched doing this tag, and maybe you can go over, and if you haven't subscribed to them, tell them I sent you, and give them a big shout out. So thank you for coming into my room today. I hope you had some coffee and cookies, and I will see you again on my next video. Take care. I love you. Happy New Year. Or I should say, take care, love you, happy New Year. Mwah.